In just 3 months, between April and June 2021, 297 cases of teenage pregnancies with dozens of girls from primary school eloped into marriages.
Teenage pregnancies in Chibombo district is quite high.
Many more have gone unreported. But how did we get here? Who is responsible? Does the Zambian justice system have sufficient laws to protect the young girls? Chibombo district, as of 2010 census, had a population of 293,765. The main occupation of the people of Chibombo district is farming. The poverty levels are quite high, with the least depending on less than $1 per day. The safety of young girls, however, in school has come under spotlight after media reports on girls dropping out of school, being eloped from school into marriages. The unlucky ones get defiled. This is Trines Chitila, who a year ago on her way from school was defiled, and now she has a child. The impact, the trauma, societal discrimination, all lumped on her. Chances of hoping and dreaming of a brighter future simply diminish. She joins the lot of victims with no hopes of one day getting justice.
I was abused when I was coming from school, 2020 when I was grade 9. I got 453 on my grade 9 exams. I didn't tell my stepmother and my father because I was scared to tell my stepmother because she never liked me. And my father was always being, after some weeks my father was arrested because of some oils were stolen in the shop. Now they say that it was my father. By now my father is not in prison, he's out. Then I went to my mother and then she noticed me that I was pregnant. She told Auntie Maureen. Then she brought me to one-stop center. Then she found a place for me at Hope School. It is an orphanage where children stay there who have babies and who is pregnant. Now I'm in grade 10 and I have a baby. My advice to the girls or other women or mothers, I can advise them to report first to the police or to their parents so that they can be helped fast.
The story of Trines is a script of how compromised the safety of girls, especially in rural areas, can be. Due to high poverty levels, many see girls after reaching puberty stage as brides, which has made a number of parents to marry off their daughters at a tender age.
As a member of the Women's Rights Organization, the major challenges that we are facing in the community is that when a child gets pregnant, the community members will start praising that child, that she has done a good thing. If she will have a child, that means that child will be her relative. Such praises. And also the parents, to them it becomes a benefit. It's like a fundraising because they will charge a lot of money for the damage of that girl. And in that process, that girl end up being married.
This has led to the young people question their parents why they force their children into marriages.
Kwali bama disadvantages mu fyo kwefina ama eri marriages kwati mwofyo mwana omunono ngaya kulya takwanisha okuchita ifyo bachita abantu abakulunga bali mu chupa maybe takwani bamutwala kuba pongo chitale kwanisha okubomba filia fya kwe bati ala samfye mbali achite finish maybe bekala kwa bengi kumya wadi belera filia fine mama kunganda kuli bamami bakwe ali belera filia fine fya kwe bati bamwe bachitecha so akana maybe ala fyo fine fya ala chitani fyo fine nomba ngaya kwa bene kutampa okumuchusha okumuchitafia such children and they end up bambi bala mkulipaya bamini wale abako bati baba bwesha futi kunganda kuli bali na futi amachushi yakuli apa maybe nimbya kwatana abana futi nishiria endala meho bale sangira po yafi yakuli futi yala chepo. So early marriages are not good. Tien sambi kuwa sambi kunawe ati tubikire fe amano fwa endala mefi yakuli bati sambi shabana ngabakula bene bakaisa yefi yakuchita.
How can a girl who is just at a very tender age manage the marriage? You know, she's just too young in mind, so she can't do anything in that marriage. And moreover, a normal parent who has that love of being a parent to teach her child can't do that. And if there are those who are doing that out there, they must stop because it doesn't make any sense.
Proudly saying no to early child marriage. We are girls, not brides. We know our rights. We speak them out. Truly, I'm a girl, not a bride. I don't care even if we pass into poverty, for I shall not force myself into being a bride. Just imagine, for me, I say no to early marriage. We are girls, not brides. We know our rights. We speak them out. Yes, we are girls, not brides. We know our rights, we speak them out. I am supposed to be at school, not in marriage. For real, it's a bad thing to involve a beautiful Zambian girl like me in marriage. To early marriage, I say no. Together, as the peer educators of Chibombo, we say no to early marriages. Thank you.
Adolescent pregnancy has remained a major contributor to maternal and child mortality. Complications relating to pregnancy and childbirth are the leading cause of death for girls aged 15 to 19 years. Pregnant girls and adolescents also face other health risks and complications due to their immature bodies. On the other hand, babies born to younger mothers are also at greater risk. Agnes Sikute is a traditional counselor and also belongs to women's rights organization operating within Chibombo district.
There are a lot of risks to these teenage pregnancies because most of the times when they go to the hospital to deliver, they are not able to do the delivery in a normal way. As a result, they are taken for an operation. You know, when a child is a child, it's a child. Even the developmental stage of a child, of a woman, have not reached that stage of her childbearing. So when they are taken to the hospital, most of them are operated. Or maybe some of them, they are just, they do some some cuttings to enable the child to come out. After that, they suture. So even those who deliver at home, they even develop fistula because of the teenage pregnancies. So we are encouraging the mothers to also teach their children to be friendly to their daughters so that they can speak openly about sex and the dangers that result out of sex. Because most of the children are failing to come out to their parents because parents also are not friendly.
With so much reportage over parents trading their daughters into marriages for a penny, the vice has become an embarrassment to the Lenje royal establishment, with the chief dictator getting involved. He wants perpetrators punished, with a clear call to all village headmen and women to stop the vice in their respective villages.
Parents, guardians, whoever you are, please, you are one of the problems. Wao bali pamakani aya omutofali kwamba era batosa mukutafala tugule kukolera tindambira bobo tulabisha makanyaya yatoki tukwamuna mutokala mugamumisina mutolera abana banini asoni bishitoki tupa murashibona ono nikwambaye mansi ngano mutwaso kamulimo mwale kamashi atena moyo yakinga anuka muliguruka kabuli kwamba ndime mutokwelesha abana nobeni mwita mwelo nubana nobeni mwita ndime mutocha tabana banini ifara. So that's why no mashari, no guardians, no lady. Ano isilabo iwimo kwamba tusikoshe atukushe bumi yesikosha na bomu kaleka kabotu. You are the dealers yourself. Sorry to mention that. Kubola walimi tukamba I message ne maningi tutano kwelesha abana banini tubakosha mu sikolo bambaye baye batute kompondo batute komande batute oya batute muri mukoto bibi batusuni all the headmen who are here in the community leadership, please atwambe kwambaye this time in moment, the headman is not only to sit around the trees. No, it is our duty. We go out in our communities where we are. We find out who are the culprits, who are doing this bad thing in our state. We don't want my headman. Please let us work together because of us to put these things out.
The Zambian government, however, on the other hand, is working hand in hand with cooperating partners such as Oxfam to sensitize the communities on the dangers of teenage pregnancies and early marriages through strengthening sexual reproductive health and rights of adolescents.
As the Her Future Choice project being implemented by Oxfam and partners, one of our key result areas is increased knowledge on SRHR among adolescent girls and young women. We believe by increasing the knowledge levels on this particular age group, we will begin to tackle issues of early marriages and pregnancies and teen pregnancies. This is because we are sensitizing not only communities about the dangers of some of these issues for this particular age group, but also the impact on it of these issues on the development process of our country as a whole. If we have a large number of adolescent girls and young women getting pregnant early, getting married off early, they will not be able to contribute to our society because their lives have been derailed. So by increasing the knowledge levels in these communities, but also for the girls themselves on how to avoid early pregnancies, also in communities on how to stop marriages, we believe that this will bring about the change that we want to see. And in all this sensitization, we believe this is the key to eradicating some of the cultural practices that continue to perpetuate early marriages and teenage pregnancies.
Many of the cases of adolescents getting pregnant or married do not reach the courts of law. In many instances, parents to the victims withdraw the cases and resolve to negotiate with the suspects for damages.
The biggest challenge that we face if the girl has been pregnanted, parents, they just decide to withdraw the case and then they go and charge themselves at home outside court. Then it ends there. They just withdraw the cases from the police. Sometimes it can even go up to court. You find that there at court, even when the case is in court, parents will still go to an extent of withdrawing that case. It won't go anywhere. The perpetrator won't be arrested. Sometimes we find that no, the perpetrator, because the perpetrator was a breadwinner, that's why they decided not the perpetrator to be arrested. So that has been a very big challenge in terms of a girl child who is pregnant, and then parents sit down, they just charge the perpetrator, that's all. Then the case ends there.
Dreams of many young girls have been shattered. When a girl becomes pregnant, her life can change radically. Her education ends and her job prospects diminish. She becomes more vulnerable to poverty and exclusion, and her health often suffers. This translates to a lot of young girls with little education and limited economic opportunities who cannot contribute to the development of their country. It also harms not only individual girls and women, but also their families, communities, and countries.